typical marketing advisors and even insurance companies and financial firms send out today is very much, here's who we are, buy our stuff. Today, that paradigm has flipped 180 degrees where we as advisors are the commodity because the information we share is really not valuable anymore because it's freely had from multiple sources online. And the consumers don't care who you are or want to buy your stuff necessarily. And so you have to explain to them up front why they want to buy your stuff and what it is and how it's going to help them. At the end of the day, the consumer wants it to be about them. How is it going to help me? What's it going to do for me? And only then do they care what it is and who you are. So my niche is really that my clients are younger, a lot of times tech savvy, want it fast, they want it right now. I really use a lot of technology to help accommodate that, but if you had to look at my niche, it's really how to use technology to deliver products and services to clients who want it fast, right now, real time, online, anywhere in the country or even in the world. So how do you differentiate yourself and how do you create value in the minds of a consumer really comes down to how do you provide value to the consumer. If you can identify what your value proposition is, if you can identify what your niche is and why they should talk to you about a specific service or tool, then you have value again. My favorite question is, what medium or what tool or how do you market or communicate with your clientele? And I usually say a little tongue-in-cheek or jokingly, all of them or yes. And so I think it's really important for us as advisors, especially if we're going to take on some sort of marketing campaign or want to get aggressive with our marketing, to realize that marketing is only effective when it's looked at, when it's read, when it's listened to. And so the answer is you have to market everywhere. If you have customers who are on Facebook, you need to market on Facebook. If you have customers who only answer to emails, you have to send them emails. If you have customers who only respond to text messages or phone calls, you have to do those too, which means you have to do all of it. You have to market to them where they are and where they respond, and in the medium and methodology that they want to respond to. The trend in our industry has been 10 new prospects, maybe 3 appointments, and 1 sale made. And I really think that's ineffective. It's wasteful, in fact. And so I look at prospects a little bit differently. If we get a lead or a new prospect today, we never stop marketing to them. We actually take this buy or die philosophy. In essence, until they buy a product or service from us, we're going to continue to market to them until they die physically or virtually by opting out, and we are no longer able to market to them. But in the intervening space, we're going to market all the time on a regular, consistent basis, because research has shown and our experience has shown that 10% of the clients that you interact with, that prospect, 10-3-1, right? We already know this works, that they're going to buy today. And we know that another 20% really is never going to buy. They don't like us, they don't trust us, there's something wrong, it doesn't really matter what it is. But that means there's this huge gap in the middle, 70%. That 70%, if we continue to market to them and educate them and stay in contact with them, over time, research shows that 84% of the 70 will eventually convert. That means that if you're effective in your ongoing marketing and interaction with the client, that you can pick up 5 or 6 additional sales over time with the exact same 10 prospects. So now your closing rate goes from being 1 in 10 to 5, 6, or 7 in 10. Think about what that does to your bottom line as an advisor. And there's no way the typical advisor can do it without having a system in place to automate that follow-up. That's why CRMs are so critical. The term that's being thrown around a lot these days is drip marketing. And I think that a lot of advisors struggle with understanding what it is first, and then second, how to effectively leverage it or use it. So drip marketing is really a series of automated marketing touch points. It doesn't really matter what the content is, but it's going to be delivered about the same topic or the same planning idea over the course of many weeks or months even. And so it's going to drip on them. They're going to get a consistent amount of information over time. It's kind of like that water dripping from the gutter down onto the ground. It's just drip, drip, drip. It's always constant contact. So that's what drip marketing is. Now, how do you use it effectively? Well, you have to know your clientele. You have to know your market. You have to know your niche. If you're sending out information about why a customer of yours should buy life insurance, but they've already purchased life insurance from you, that creates a disconnect. So you have to be able to use a CRM and marketing tags and other automated tools to help you effectively use and interact with your consumers through drip marketing. What it really is talking about is if I send an email to 100 clients, how many of my 100 clients actually opened the email? And then how many of those, once they opened it, clicked on whatever my call to action was? You know, get a free quote, download a guide, come to my website, etc. So what's an effective marketing rate or a good marketing open rate and click-through rate? I would say that depends on your list. If it's a cold list, meaning that it's something you never email to or it's the first time sending it out, it's probably going to be a couple percent, maybe 2 to 4% is considered really pretty good. If it's your existing customers, your clientele, and they know who you are and you've already told them in advance you're going to send them something, it might be 30 or 40%. It makes a big difference if they know it's coming versus if they don't. And so when you start any marketing campaign, I think one of the best things you can do is as you're interacting with your clientele is let them know you're going to send them information, that you're going to continually send them information, and let them know what the information is going to be about, because that's going to improve the open and the click-through rates for that content.